Hi Spurs fan, the Tottenham have lost their way and are in need of a course correction. Would a return for Mauricio Pochettino be a step back or a step in the right direction again? I want to know your opinion here in the comments. Enjoy and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news, rumors, and updates from Tottenham. Never go back. That is what Tottenham fans are told when the name of Pochettino is evoked. But no matter the identity of the club's next manager, Spurs must put their missteps behind them and recapture those feelings of optimism and possibility. Mauricio Pochettino's name was chanted by the Tottenham fans in the away end at Goodison Park early and late in their draw with Everton. The failure to win the game when a goal and a man up will only hasten their appetite for his return. This is a club that has lost its way. 60 years without a title and 15 without a trophy. The supporters are used to hearing all about that. More pertinent is that it is 4 years without a plan. There had been a clear identity. It has been abandoned. It might be the saddest part of the Pochettino story at Spurs. The absence of silverware should be a regret, of course. But it is the sense of a legacy squandered that is harder to accept. Spurs have shied away from a formula that was the envy of Europe. A defense of Pochettino's time there should hardly be necessary, but in a world where it can be dismissed in 280 characters perhaps it is required. A trio of top 3 finishes for the first time since the 1960s. A Champions League final for the first time ever. It was achieved by playing a style of football that felt like the future. Tottenham's pressing was intense. There was an urgency to their play, but it was highly organized too. What might have seemed chaotic to opponents was actually controlled. Ice and fire. As any coach would tell you, the front foot approach, the attacking patterns that come with it, that is the hardest part of the game to master. Which is what makes the subsequent retreat, the dramatic change of direction that has followed, so inexplicable. If Pochettino really had to leave in 2019, and with Christian Eriksen gone and Dele Alli in decline, a rebuild was certainly required. The search should have been on for the next Pochettino. Instead, Daniel Levy was seduced by the need for a so-called winner. Daniel Levy's decisions in the last 3 or 4 years have been driven by the desperate need, because of the stadium debt, because of the training ground investment, said Gary Neville, speaking before the game against Everton on Monday Night Football. They have the best training ground in the country, in my opinion, and the best stadium. But that has cost them a lot, so he needs to get into the Champions League. That has led him to go for ruthless hard-nosed killers when it comes to managers, like Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte. With that comes suffering as well. Frustrated after years of near misses, the fans were persuaded to believe that all that was missing was that special someone to nudge them over the line. Keep all the best bits, but just add that big game nous. The experience of a winner would make the difference. That thinking has brought change, but not the change that Levi sought. The team still has not won a trophy, but the style of play is certainly different. It is worse. There is a chance now to end the cycle of divisive doom-mongers and aim for something more. Returning to Pochettino? Returning to that feeling? The supporters are quite right to crave that. It is a course correction that is long overdue.